Does it
Action.
say and action? Hello, hello, and welcome to Shared Spaces with Quida and Chap. How you doing today, Chap?
All is well. Busy Monday, but all is well. How's weekend?
My weekend was super busy. I got an award from Trivia's Radio for Baltimore homes and community engagement in the community. I wanted to have her on this evening, but like I was telling you, she's a Toastmaster and they meet at on Mondays at Morgan. So we'll
Go
have her
Bears.
on some. Yes, go Bears and HBCU love all day. I'm a Spelman graduate, by the way. So yeah, so we're gonna get her on here one day soon. And I was also out there with you and Donnie Saturday morning at Pender Hughes Elementary. We were out there cleaning a little bit. So that was
Yes.
cool. And you had a busy weekend because you then came over to the food distribution,
Yeah.
2555 Harford Road every Saturday. Volunteers show up at 9, show up to line up at about 10:30. But you bought bread coin. Tell us about that. How did that go?
Yeah. So, well, Saturday was booked, right? We did a cleanup in Sandtown. We did the food giveaway over at Reach Partnership School. And then that afternoon, we went over to the Baltimore's Black Wall Street Business Walk on 25th over West. And and then in the evening, we swung by me and Donnie and the guy Robert from Breadcoin. We swung by the Latino Folk Heritage Festival at Patterson Park, and they have a larger festival at Patterson Park this weekend going on. Yeah, we did four events, and I got a phone call. This is really cool. I got a phone call from Eric Oridio with Latin Opinion. He introduced me to John Tay Hall, who is a Harlem Globetrotter from McCullough Homes. So that was pretty cool. That capped my night. I got in trouble though because I came home late meeting them guys. So yeah, I had and speaking of HBCU love, I think this weekend I made all the rounds. There was a family from Hamden, Spelman,
Yeah,
Morehouse,
yeah,
Howard, Morgan,
yeah.
and Coppin. So y'all are out here doing it in the community because I'm out here doing it, and I ran into everybody. So
Right.
everybody's getting represented out there, which is encouraging, right? Because we're producing people of quality who understand the needs of the community because we're from the community, and
Absolutely.
and they're providing and meeting needs. So that's like the most encouraging part is like we're not just taking our education and pouring into ourselves, but we're also taking our education and bringing it back to the community. So that's encouraging for me.
Yeah,
Not being college educated, but I give what I got, and you guys do the same, and there's
yeah.
it's amazing.
And I know at Spelman, they were very like Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark, Morris Brown. They were all like right there in the Atlanta University Center. And they were big on the talented 10th. Like, there are a group of us that are very successful, and that group of people, the talented 10th, that 10% needs to reach back to the community and make sure to pull them. Like, you can't just forget
Yeah,
about them because you've moved to a different area of living, of life, of whatever. Like that connection is always there. So that's why we're always in the west side. Neither of us live on the west side, but that doesn't mean that that's not our community. You know what
or
I mean?
family. That's family over there.
Right, right.
Well, I'll also show you this while we're talking about the HBCUs. So I recently resigned from Parks and Recs as a rec leader. I've been there 2 years.
Okay.
And my experience was kind of the same with the rest of the government agencies. They
You
don't
could do more
always. They
outside than
always have,
inside.
man.
You could do more outside than inside.
Yeah, so there's all this rhetoric and politics and policy and media surrounding like oh we're doing this, we're doing that. But when it comes to the bottom line, they're not doing what you think they're doing. They're not doing what they say they're doing. And when you try to do your job, the policy is so cumbersome you can't do what you're supposed to be doing. So it's just very frustrating and difficult. And I've been there almost 2 years, um, and I've learned enough. I've learned everything I need to know about working for the city.
Hmm.
And to your point, yes, I can do more not working there. One of the things that I want to talk about, again, related to the HBCUs, is this: all the rec, rec centers by policy are supposed to have rec councils that's guided by people in the community,
Mhm.
and you don't have to be in like I don't have to live in Harlem Park to be on the Harlem Park Rec Council, right? I can still represent the community. So there's no policy there against that. Like if you have a heart for another neighborhood, you can go serve. But each
Mhm.
rec center, which most of them don't, as far as I know McNair has one over at Cecil Kirk, but they're supposed to have a rec council. And the rec council actually has more authority than the employees at the recs, so to speak, because they're not bound by
Right.
policy. They're not decisions they make don't affect their living, right? Because they're volunteers.
Right.
And so what my vision has been in leaving Parks and Recs, pursuing other multiple streams of income, was as we're giving back to the community in different ways and still serving those communities that I was serving with the rec center, with the Parks and Recs, was to bring and create rec councils.
Right.
And part of that vision was I'm over east, so I'm trying to start conversations and reach out to Morgan State,
Mhm.
the dean of students and the student body, and just hitting people up as I see them Bears logos out on the street, like, hey, who do I talk to, or hey, what do you guys think of this, and sharing the idea that it only takes two or three people, right? So we have a big student body over there, and if we can
Mhm.
get, like you said, 10%, if we can get one, two, three students at the few recs on the east side, so like if we had two at Woodhome and two at Carroll Cook and two or three at Moore Crossman and two or three at Patterson, the students, while they're learning to give
Right.
back to the community and be leaders in the community, they're actively doing it and building experience by being on the rec council, right?
Right.
It's empowering. They're pouring into the community. They're from the community, so they can say, well,
This is what's
like
needed
this is dumb, or
for
this is a good
everyone.
idea. This is a need.
Right.
This is not a
Yeah.
need, right? Um, so that's kind of my vision, is to just be able to articulate the need and maybe persuade that the vision and influence that vision over there to inspire someone to say yes, like this is a great idea, great opportunity for our youth to connect with, make connections in the city agencies, and make connections in the community, to engage and lead in the community, um, and empower our community, right? Because I need my kids seeing young people in college. What does that look like? Because you
Right.
from the same neighborhood I am, now you go into college. How'd you get there? What's the path, right? We need those connections. We need our
Right.
young people who are like studying political science and studying to be teachers and filmmakers to meet people of influence in the community. So I need you to be on the rec council at Moore Crossman so that you can meet, Councilman Zeke Cohen, or maybe Councilman John Bullock, or people who are making decisions now and who have influence. And maybe, you never know, you might meet one of these guys who'll be mayor one day, and they'll remember you from service at the rec, right? And build that
Right.
relationship. So
Right.
I
And,
think
and
it's
to
all. I
your
think it's
point,
all good,
like building relationships in the community that you're already in. Right.
right? I even and look, for anybody from Morgan listening, I even got the name. It's Baltimore East. What was it? Baltimore East Advocates. Was it Baltimore East area or East Advocates for Rex? Can't remember. It was really good though, but it's spelled Bears anyway. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But
Okay.
even
So it's
over West too,
Baltimore East Advocates for Rex.
something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the Eagles, man, you guys over West, man, you guys got a lot of good Rex over there too that need communities need support. They need programs that aren't being proliferated like they should, or aren't being
Yeah. So
introduced like they should.
so if Morgan, if anybody at Morgan is listening, how would they get in touch with you? How would they connect?
Um, you don't even have to connect with me. You can connect with me through the powerfestbaltimore.org page. You can also reach out to blackusa.news, or even small to more homes, right? .org.
Yeah.
Any of those venues, any of those avenues can get to me. But I think I can sidestep out the way because y'all don't need me. Just find a rec center in a neighborhood that you love. Go talk to the director and say, how can I start a rec council?
Hmm.
A lot of it goes to other things like as an employee of the rec, if I have a rec center and I want to raise money for like a new TV or some bikes or something, I actually am not allowed to do fundraisers or sell snacks and stuff like that. Um, but a rec council person is.
Right.
Welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hi.
Yes.
You
So
guys
this,
hear me?
yes, we can hear you. So Tide, Courtney Edwards. Hello, Miss Ballet After Dark.
Hi, my
Oh,
love. It's lovely to see your face.
I know. So Tide and I, we have a bunch to talk about. We have a fundraiser coming up. Tide, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about the awesomeness that you are doing and healing in Baltimore. Tell me, tell me, tell me.
Hey, okay. I am Ty Courtney. I'm the founding director of Ballet After Dark. We are the only cohort trauma informed, holistic program that provides resources to trauma survivors, youth and women, particularly black and brown, impacted by various levels of trauma and violence. We initially began as a grassroots program that just provided dance therapy classes to survivors of sexual assault. But gotta be honest, we're in Baltimore City where we are impacted by all kinds of violence, gun violence, addiction issues, imprisonment, all kinds of things. So we've recently expanded the program not only to engage with survivors of various levels of violence, but also to hold space for youth. At first, our program was just for women, particularly over the age of 21. But now we have opened the program up for engagement with youth as young as 14 years old. The service is still free. I'm still busting my butt and broke. Oh, let me tell you how poor I am. Can I tell you how poor I am? Making sure that people are healing. So,
Baby, doing work for the community is not free and it takes so much and people just don't understand. But yes, I know exactly. Look, nails ain't been done. I gotta move
you
them
see that?
around
Do you
because I
see?
don't even want y'all to see.
Do
But
you see?
yes, yes,
And
Monique. Hey,
look at
yes.
it. And not even, whatever.
Yes. So anyway, so yes, I completely understand.
Yeah.
So when did you start servicing youth? Because let me take it back a bit. I think that we first met like in 2016 or
I don't
15.
know. It may have been before that. It may have been before that,
You were
actually.
doing the girls' conference
Mm-hmm.
for the Spelman Alumni Council, which is every year. Baltimore Girls Rocks. Do you remember? And you like did you did a trap ballet for us? That was
Yes.
like
How
2014. That
long we've
was so
known each
long
other.
ago.
I haven't even said trap ballet since 2016.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even then, like we were like, okay, well, how are we gonna get the girls involved? Okay, we can do trap ballet because you can't
Mm.
do, the therapy session that you would normally go through. So when did you fully pull in youth and start engaging the babies as well?
Um, Probably back in 2018 when we were
Okay.
filming the movie. And
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, because I I've learned a lot with running this program, and my biggest thing was having to go back to the drawing board and restructuring. When I
Yeah,
first started this, I really didn't know what trauma informed was. That's a relatively new phrase we're starting to hear in the last few years,
right.
and I was actually while I was facilitating, from a space of
Of
caring,
love, that's
of love,
exactly what you were doing.
I was doing, I was also doing very harmful things in these facilitations. We're
Right.
leading people into these harmful discussions, potentially
And kind
triggering
of
them
leaving the
even
open
more.
wounds. I got you. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how a
So,
lot of group therapy sessions are, and they're recognizing that. So go
right.
ahead.
So I went back to the drawing board and had to think about this and said, how do I do this? How do I make people feel seen? How do I make them feel heard? How do I provide this resource, but also make sure that joy is being amplified? And one of the things I wasn't doing was I was finding that the women and youth visiting the website or coming to any of the classes, workshops, they were struggling with the disconnect of survival and then the work that happens in between to get to the happiness. So they see me jumping around in front of them and I'm all smiles and stuff. They know I got this horrible story, right? But
Right.
they need more answers as to how I'm able to stand
How'd
here.
you get there?
Right.
Yeah.
How did I
Yeah.
get there?
What did
And
that look like?
right, that's the part that I was leaving out. And that's the part that was most important.
Yeah.
So when I had this opportunity to make this movie, and I was speaking with the director of the film, and I said, it would be great if I could use young people. Like this isn't just about shedding light on the work that Ballet After Dark does, but it was also
Mhm.
about creating opportunity.
Yeah.
And we had this huge opportunity to have this film not only, you know, talk about Black women and talk about the disparity that we face,
Right.
the disproportionate, numbers that we deal with when it comes to harm and
Trauma,
assault and violence
everything.
directed
Yeah.
towards us.
Yeah.
And I really wanted it to be about creating opportunities for these kids to thrive. With me having my own background in dance, um, we weren't encouraged to take it out of Baltimore. It was something we were only supposed to do until it was time to get a job.
Right.
And how
Right.
great
Have
would
fun with
it
that
be?
little thing, and
Right,
it
your
wasn't
friend,
enough
yeah,
to
you
empty.
can't do this. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
make no money. But
Yeah.
so it was important to get them involved because they gonna be the people who run Ballet After Dark when I decide to do something else later. So
Right.
if I don't have them involved now, if I'm not creating internship opportunities or performance opportunities for them, they're not going to be able to either resurrect their own structures or to run
Right.
mine. And
Right.
because I got other things I got to do, out here for us. I can't do this forever. And also, I don't want to be the only one. I want to
Right.
make sure that we are acting as a true, transparent um, example of what it is to survive and not just survive, but to thrive. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to make sure that we are um, providing, that space. I have good days, I have bad days, and then I had some really up days. But
Yeah.
I get up, I
Yeah.
get to work, I get things done, and
Right.
overall, I'm still very happy. But we did. It was time to expand because our people need more than
Right.
just
Right.
free group therapy. Then
Right.
and they need it with consistency. And that was one of the other things that really got me to restructure the program. I can't just offer one dance class. I just can't offer one mental health, one group class. I can't do that.
Right.
It needs to be
Okay.
consistent offerings to them, um, so that they stay encouraged, or they will get discouraged and they'll stop attending.
Yeah.
Um,
So wait, weren't you also doing some virtual things on I feel like you did something virtually about trauma and Oprah was there, or
also, she actually, the movie is still doing very well. It's still on the festival circuit. It's on different platforms. But she
so
actually
go ahead and plug the movie. The movie is called
Ballet After Dark. Everything is ballet. I don't do nothing else. Everything is Ballet After Dark.
I
Everything.
know.
So y'all can find me on all the things, y'all. The Instas, the Twitters, the all the things.
The books
And
of the faces, everything.
everything. So Oprah actually has known about me for some time. I guess
Right.
my girl just been watching, but she the film was screened on her network, on the OWN network, hosted by her as part of a memorial for George Floyd's 1 year anniversary of his
Oh,
death.
wow.
So it was about Black representation. It was called Widen the Screen, and making sure that Black people who are doing impactful things are being highlighted. And so, yeah, that was great. And we did get a lot of very good, attention and support as a result of that. And I treat this film like it's the hem of Jesus's robe. Like, if I could just get it in front of one person's eyes, and it's changing lives like that. Like, it's really inspiring and encouraging, and we're 2 years later, and
Yeah,
yeah, it still has such a beautiful impact. um
it
so
really
yeah,
does.
yeah, it does, and I'm honored. I can't believe that happened, and I'm glad that there's another tool that exists that can be
Right.
used as an engaging resource for me to continue to connect with survivors, and it's a great outreach tool.
It
um,
really is.
yeah, it's a great tool. So I'm very excited about it. And I'm very excited about the joy that seems to resonate within anyone who interacts with the film, who watches it. Um, it's very inspiring. It's
Girl, who are you telling? So, y'all, I have like a little 3-second cameo in the movie, right?
yeah.
So I've always point people to the movie. Go see Ballet After Dark. Yeah, go see Ballet After Dark. But then people watch it and they're like, "Wait, are you in it? Why didn't you say something?" I'm like, that little baby cameo, and it's not about me. You know what I mean? Like, it
And
is
you said some
not
good
about me.
stuff. You said some good stuff in it, and that was something that was very important. I really wanted to have as much black involvement in the. I know that was always the director's goal,
Yeah.
was to make sure that everybody looked like us, right?
Yes.
But it was very important, especially for that scene that you were a part of, for that sense
Yeah.
of community to be there, and to have those black women there, and everyone just sharing a moment about what brought them joy, and
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
healing and therapy means to them. It was so powerful
And
and,
organic and
and
natural.
organic.
It was
It,
just
yeah,
so, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't scripted in any type of way, and that is something that we're not seeing a lot of, especially
The
seeing
realness.
it, yeah,
Yeah.
and it being something tangible. Like, if we
Right.
do see that type of connection and network, it's because we're watching some type of sitcom, or we're
Right.
watching some type of Girlfriends, or what's the one with Issa? Um,
Um, I know
you
HBO.
know
Come
that
on,
one. Yeah. Listen, I'm.
Insecure.
This is 30s. This is mid 30s now. It doesn't come to you
Girl,
as quickly. No.
I'm not gonna even keep going. Keep going. I'm not gonna keep going.
But yeah, so that one, like, those are the only examples of sisterhood and connection that we're getting. And
Yeah.
while that may be real life for some sisters, it is not the case for all of us. And
Right.
for some of us, sisterhood and community only exists on the internet, and we need
Right.
to actively work towards making sure that we have safe spaces, even though we're in COVID right now, and in person is very limited, but we need to have safe spaces with
Absolutely.
people who have had similar experiences that look like us. Does that mean white people can't come? Absolutely not. Y'all can come. Y'all
Right.
can come. But what needs to be remembered, and what will always be reminded, is that this space is to amplify and prioritize the voices and healing of Black bodies impacted by trauma and violence. And it's not an issue of exclusion,
Right.
okay? It's not an issue
Absolutely.
of exclusion at all. The
It sounds
difference
like an
is that
equitable solution to me personally,
it
but
is, because when you think about it, all of the spaces that may be comparable to the resources that I provide, they're not created to accept women like us. So, it's not about exclusion at all. It is about full circle inclusivity.
Absolutely.
And I am not the person who is going to turn any survivor away. But you do need to know that when you come here, um, we do make sure that the black women speak first. We do make sure that, they have been registered for the program first. We do make sure that they are, gaining and taking full advantage of the resources here first. Not to say that we leave scraps for anyone um,
Right.
who is not black or brown. Everyone has the same access to the program. But this really is about making sure that they know that this is their home before anything else.
And that's necessary. That's necessary. I don't think that young black girls see that enough. And I know that black women are carving out those spaces, but I think that, you know what I mean, as far as media goes, young black girls don't see that space until we pull them into it. So just like I said, hey, Tide, I met you through Baltimore Girls Rock several million. That feels like a lifetime ago. I
No,
hadn't even.
girl, actually, we met before that. We met at Brittany's birthday party, even before that.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
that is where I met you the first time.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
might
you're
have been
right.
like 7 years ago.
It was longer than that.
It was
It was
long,
longer than that. But anyway,
yeah.
the point is, it has always been about community, and you came and was there with the girls all day long, right along with us. There was no exchange of money of any sort. It was all out of love. And it has always, always been all out of love. And so I wanted to say also that I appreciate that about Ballet After Dark and the Curvy Bout. Like you do it. This is what, you know what I mean? The girls need to see. Missy Copeland, awesome. But Tide is right here. And so knowing that is phenomenal to me. Like, who doesn't love to wear a tutu? So that's another beautiful thing.
Girl, that's the thing. Thank you so much. Also, like, there are elements of this program that have been developed to restore that sense of wonder, that feeling of joy when it came to having the opportunity to dance. I don't
Yeah.
think even throughout my lifetime, as a dancer, as a teacher, that I have ever come across a woman dropping their child off Saturday morning for ballet class who hasn't said to me, I wish I could have had this opportunity growing up. I always wanted to be a ballerina. Well, guess what? Now you can.
Come on, sis.
Okay,
Right?
now you can, and you don't have to just take ballet because I know some of y'all still think it's boring. It's fine. We got hip hop, we got burlesque, we got virtual heels. You got options now,
Yes.
so there should be no reason for you not to engage with the program. I'm also in the process right now. I'm applying for funding to be able to offer tech. I would love to see a bunch of grown ladies walking
Oh my
around in tech
God.
shoes.
Tap dancing is so
Can
much
you
fun.
can you imagine how much fun and how cute that would be to see them all? I'm giggling.
I would love it. I would love it. So listen, wait, if somebody wanted to sign up and they were like, wait, burlesque, that sounds like my kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tab, I want to know when that comes up. How do they reach out to you? How do they get on
Yes.
the waiting list? What happens?
So visit us at www.balletafterdark.com. For the month of October, we'll actually be offering 6 free classes to the community. You don't have to be registered with the Ballet After Dark program. We'll be offering that as part of Free Fall Baltimore. So we'll be having 3 in-person classes and 3 virtual classes. Um, Monday, we have our fundraiser hosted by Fad and Son and our film screening fundraiser. $20 tickets. Everyone who purchases a ticket is automatically entered into a raffle for small trinkets. All of the snacks are provided, and Fad and Son so graciously will be donating 50% of the drink proceeds. Also, I do have about 3 free tickets available for anyone who is interested in coming if you're a free attendee, we encourage you to buy a drink or two, please. But we really want this to be an opportunity to build community between survivors and supporters. There should be no reason that we are working without the other. We should all be doing this together. And another thing I want to mention is men. We need y'all. When it comes to dismantling the systems put in place to protect these violent offenders that,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, are harming us. We cannot break this system without y'all. So we do want you present at our social events. We do want to hear your voice. We want to know that you want to know how to be a part of this fight. Because if I'm sitting at tables talking about
Mm-hmm.
how, to take these monsters down and do all of this stuff, I need the support of the people who I'm likely going to be talking to, which is men. So
Yeah.
help me out. All right. Mm.
I love it. I love it. So the event that Tide is talking about is the outdoor movie night.
Yes, outdoor film screening hosted by Fad and Sonnen. It's Monday, October 4th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's going to be really chill. We are asking for attendees to wear a piece of purple anywhere in observance of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I'm going to be cute.
And this is Baltimore, so y'all got some Ravens gear. Don't show up without
Yeah,
your
so
purple.
come on,
Like,
y'all. Y'all can do it for
y'all got this.
wear Ravens something. It's not that big of a deal, but come
It's
on
not.
out and
And is this
support
a
us. We
rain or
need the
shine
help.
event?
Huh?
Is this
Oh,
a
rain.
rain or
Yeah, it is rain and shine because the outdoor wine garden is it's like a oh yeah, it's real dope. But it's like it's I don't know what I'm trying to say,
a
but
pavilion?
yes, pavilion. There we go. But yeah, and it's a rather intimate event. Um, we and we'll also have two vendors featured. Um, and yeah, so but it's gonna be small. It's not. And for those of you who are concerned about COVID, wearing your face mask will be a requirement if you're not eating or drinking. And we'll have plenty of hand sanitizer available. But we are doing everything we can to make sure that we are staying safe and protecting everyone. But we have had some members, supporters of the program, reach out and just make a donation in lieu of actually
Attending.
attending the film screening.
Yeah.
We accept donations all year long. It's just that we do big giving days behind certain events, like Domestic Violence Awareness Month coming up. So we would appreciate any type of support. You can reach out at balletafterdark.com. You can email info@balletafterdark.com. Send us a message on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And it usually takes me like 48 hours to get back to you. I got a lot going on right now. But
Right.
um, yeah, so that's what's going on. Um, what was it? Yeah,
It's a little bit more because at some point, Todd and I are getting together so that we can put together a small movers calendar.
yeah.
And I'm going to get it in on her moving and fitness. And Chap has left, but he was talking about his connections at Morgan. I've
Oh,
been
word.
doing some food distribution not far from Morgan.
Uh huh.
So I'm thinking we're gonna be doing something at that Lake Montebello over there in the Clifton Park area, something like that. But we're
Okay,
gonna put
cool.
something together. Yeah.
That
And
would
that
be
way
nice. And there's a few people I'd like to probably connect you with too who'd be interested in us doing something. But yeah, thank you for having me on.
I do what I can, sis. I do what I can. So you all have we have the movie night. Wasn't
Mhm.
there a paint and sip? Don't you have a paint and sip
We're
coming up?
we're we're gonna be doing that in another time. I haven't started the promotion on that, but we do have a free donut social that is hosted by Full Circle Donuts in Hampton. That young lady, she's an activist herself, and she does um, a lot of great work as far as uh, organizing and calling out abuse in the hospitality industry. So she is hosting a donut social for us. So please come out, join us, support her shop, support her work, support her mission as well. And then Greedy Reads Bookstore is hosting a book fair for us.
So when is
Um,
the book fair?
the book fair is October 21st, and that's at the
Okay.
Remington location. And then the Donut Social is October 28th.
And with the book fair, what is going on there?
Well, it's just a meetup for
It's,
survivors to come around,
okay.
supporters to get to know each other. We're hoping to have some artwork, some local artwork from some of our survivors available for show. But it's just an hour-long event. Coffee, couple of donuts. Hey, how's it going? You staying up to date with your schedule, whatever. Just some
Right,
real
just a
talk.
little donut
Just a
check-in.
little
A
check
donut
in.
check-in. What
Yeah.
time is it?
That's the same time. That's going to be from 6:30. It's probably run no longer than 8.
Okay. Okay. And so let me see on the website. The website says Donut Social is the 21st. So is the book thing on the
Oh
28th?
wait, did I lie? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I figured you just got them switched. That's cool. That's cool. But the thing is, if people want to show up, they should be going to your website anyway, get the correct
Anyway,
details.
that's
Don't take
right.
my word for it. So that is awesome. We're going to get you on some small to mover situations.
Yes.
And this weekend we're usually at what is it, Fremont on Saturday mornings. I think this Saturday we will be skipping and then coming back the following Saturday. So I'll double check that. That's usually on the Small to More Homes website. And that is about it, Tide. I wanted to make sure that I got you on here before the fundraiser. And you
Yeah.
know, nonprofits, this is when giving season starts. So if you are a nonprofit, make sure that you are setting yourself up to be prepared to accept gifts on Giving Tuesday. Folks have corporate sponsorships that they got to get rid of by the end of the year. Just
Mm-hmm.
you're doing stuff for the community, you might as well benefit from the calendar year. So go ahead and get that stuff going, right?
Yes, we need it, y'all. We need it. We
Yes.
need it. We need it. So
And
if
we're going to
y'all,
get that out there not until probably Veterans Day, which is in November. What were you saying, Todd? What do you have going on?
oh no, I'm just saying the same thing. If y'all yeah, we need it. We need the money. The best thing you can do for grassroots organizations is donate or
Yeah.
volunteer. So
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you for having me. I'm about to do a
Yes,
foot
ma'am.
mask now. I'm tired.
Listen, I'm not going to say much more, but we are about to get out of here, Tide. And I appreciate you, love. I will be seeing you very soon.
All right,
And
all right.
thank you very much. We'll have you back and see how your October
Yeah.
went and how all the festivals or engagements happen.
All right, sis. Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
All right, guys. So we are about to wrap it up. Let me let the rest of the folks know that we are done. And we will be back next Monday, 7:05-ish p.m. Shared spaces with Quida and Chap.